Hey guys, Horrorman again with another figure review. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the brand new NECA video game version of Rambo based off the original Sega Master System game. The figure is 7-inch scale, comes with multiple points of articulation, accessories, and a video game paint job. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So, just like all the other video game series, you get this really cool packaging that's reminiscent of the packaging that the video game came in. So here's the cover of it. The NECA seal usually replaces a Nintendo seal, but since this is a Sega game, it's a little bit different this time around. Then over to the back, you have like a little bio of the game and some pictures of the figure showing off just a good picture of Stallone here, and just showing how the accessories work. Alright, and if you pause it, you can go ahead and read that. Alright, so over to the inside, you can kind of see a goofy picture here from the game. This came out early 80s, so it's pretty low end. And then it's just one of the captions from the video game before you go onto your mission. And also your life experience points, I guess, and your ammo. Another little screen. Alright, so here's the figure. And this is really impressive, guys. I actually kind of waited on getting a Rambo figure. I know they've made at least 2 or 3 Rambo figures by now, but I kind of waited on it because I just really liked the likeness that this has. I know it's the same figure, but something about this paint scheme in the face particularly really screams Sylvester Stallone. I mean, it looks exactly like him. So I'm really impressed by this. Let's get a little bit closer. You can kind of see he almost has like almost like you can, like his eyes. Sylvester Stallone always has these really big bags under his eyes. I think that shading right there just kind of enhances it. And then you can kind of see it's just got this like kind of shading on the face, on the around like the beard area. And then it's a little bit different on this side. And the hair is really cool. It's got this kind of like blue highlight in here for just kind of like representing the multiple colors that were in it due to this being such an old video game. And his muscular area is all kind of shaded. And then he's got those signature red pants and shoes on. And then over to the back, kind of see he's got more details. Almost looks like a 3 on his back, and then lighter shading, kind of like in around the spine area. And then you can see the pockets and details are all kind of black line. And then you can see the knife in the sheath. All right, so very cool. So I got him in this kind of bow and arrow pose, and I probably think it's one of the coolest weapons I've seen on any of these NECA figures in a while. This is actually a fully functioning bow and arrow. It's a little tricky to get it into this pose, and if you heat up the joints, you could probably get them to stretch it out just a little bit more. But I thought it was good enough, because I really don't want to ruin this by having it stretched all the time. But let's go ahead and take this out. So you can see he could use this finger to kind of like stretch the tension in the arrow, and then if you unhook it, you can see how it's straight. And then this kind of just pulls right out of his gripping hand. And yeah, I mean, it's fully functioning. Even the arrow has like these little not sure if I could focus in on this or not, but You can kind of see it's got these little teeth at the top. It's really hard to focus in, but you can kind of put it, let's see, this, and then, yeah, it really shoots. It's really very cool. Besides that, like I said, he's got multiple points of articulation, pretty much the standard articulation you can expect from a 7-inch NECA figure. Turns his head left to right, a little bit of up and down movement, not too much. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, waist. He's actually got an ab crunch, which is awesome. And then crotch, knee, and then he kind of turns. Can't turn his like top because it's like the top of a boot, but his ankle does move. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the articulation. And then as far as the knife's concerned, sheath is right here. A little bit of detail in here, and then you can just kind of pull his knife out of here. And the knife is probably the only accessory I'm not completely huge on, because I love the Rambo knife, but it's got a little bit of excess paint on here, just a tiny bit, and I don't know, I just don't really like the paint job that much, but I mean, I'm sure it's reminiscent of the video game. It's just kind of like the only weak point I've seen the figure, because his knife, he's so like notoriously known for having that big knife, and it's just kind of, I don't know, falls a little flat. Alright, so taking a look at the inside of the packaging, you see multiple things here. You're going to get 4 different hands, gripping hands, fisted hands, and even the fisted hands are slightly open. And then you also have 2 bow and arrows. I guess you can kind of hold one and have one gripping, I don't know. And then you also have a rocket launcher, which I'll go ahead and take out. And also, of course, you have, which I've already shown, the bow and arrow, the other bow, and the knife. So, total, you're going to get 2 arrows, bow. Oh, and also, there's a little grenade in here. A little green grenade right there. And then the backing is a little scene from the video game. It's just like a little forest shot. So if you want to display Rambo kind of like inside here, you can do that. So the rocket launcher is one of my favorite accessories besides the bow. Extremely cool. The detail kind of looks a little bit better with this color combination. Kind of gives it this camo kind of look. And last time I've seen them do a rocket launcher like this was with Leon for Resident Evil 4. So, you know, this is a really cool accessory. It's got a little like hole right here. So, and let's see how he holds it. Alright, so you can see him kind of holding the rocket launcher, and he holds it pretty well, using pretty much the same grip hand as I did with the bow and arrow. So, very cool figure. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons of some of the other figures. Alright, so here's Rambo alongside the brand new T800, I believe, from Terminator versus RoboCop. Also, you can see I put one of the fisted hands in Rambo's left arm, and he actually can hold the knife with that, so that's why they're open just a little bit. So it looks very cool. And yeah, these go really good together, so you can easily fit in. And then here he is next to the Dutch, which does not have a video game counterpart, but he still fits in pretty good. I mean, Rambo's always had kind of like a war paint look, so not too bad. Alright, so here's Rambo with the rest of my NES collection. Of course, he's the Sega one, and then RoboCop is the Sega Genesis version, I believe. So, collection's looking pretty good so far. The T800 was one of my favorites, but after seeing this Rambo, he's definitely my favorite of the series so far. He's the only figure in this video game line that I've actually preferred over the regular version. So I think it's just something about this detail in the face that I just can't get over. He just looks so cool, guys. You know, if you haven't played the game, that's okay. It's very old, Sega Master System game. Not that good of a game, but in its time, it wasn't too bad. And I think NECA's done a really good job of capturing the likeness of Stallone and the Rambo figures, and it really translated well into this video game version. So, as far as the grading part's concerned, let's go over that now. Alright, so if you guys have seen some of my other reviews, you know I rank NECA stuff pretty high. From a scale of 1 to 10, they generally sit around the 9. So as far as Rambo's concerned, the quality overall, I would give it about a 9.5. I really don't have any quality issues with this figure whatsoever, except for just a little bit of excess paint on the knife, which is one of his most signature items, so I feel like a little bit more attention to detail would have been nice. And then, of course, let's get right into the paint. Again, I'd probably give it about a 9. The pants and the shoes are obviously supposed to be red, but I think it blends in just a little too much at points on the feet. I wish like the ankle top part of the boot and the lower part was a little closer to the same color. They're just a little tiny bit off, and I really wish that knife would have been done in a different tone, even if it wasn't perfectly legitimate from the game. So I kind of wish just a little bit more attention to detail was done on that. And as far as the you know, collectability, the value of it, I would say about a 9. You know, there's been a few Rambo figures out, and I personally don't think we're going to see a lot more of them, so this could potentially be the last one. And I think they've done a really good job of capturing the likeness. This is a really cool character that is well deserving of you know, something a little bit different. And of all the Rambo figures over the years, this is probably the most different one you could possibly get. And you know, I would say definitely pick this one up. So yeah, there's my review. If you got anything to say in the comments section, leave a comment, like the video, and please subscribe. So catch you guys later. See.